Hey everyone, welcome back to my podcast, Suchitra's Life, with me, Suchitra. And I'm back to talk about an interesting book titled Purpose and Profit by Dan Go. In one of the earlier podcast episodes, I mentioned that I was reading this one, and basically, this book can be downloaded for free as the author is practically giving the soft copy away for free, and I'll link it here in the description as well if any of you want to check it out. All right, coming back to the book, this is a short book for sure, but you'll need to spend quite some time with it because this book is slowly trying to peel back the layers of your thinking and personality. The author, Dan, whom I've been following for quite some time, as I've subscribed to his newsletters and I do read them from time to time. For anyone who are at crossroads in their life and are feeling kind of stuck, I think this book could really help them. And let me warn you, this is not some generic self help book that you can read and move on to something else and your life remains the same. The author here is trying to show us what it is like to actually think for ourselves. Like Dan talks about a phenomenon called entropy, meaning chaos. He says that everything in life is subject to becoming chaotic unless we are consistently managing it, questioning it, and adapting it to the ever changing nature of our goals. Dan is a big supporter of business and building businesses and being a solopreneur, and all of his newsletters are around the same, like more or less around the same topic. But I still read them even though I'm not a solopreneur yet because they are a very powerful reminder to me to realize my potential. For example, I do see myself as a solopreneur, but I haven't gotten a clarity on what I'll be building and what I can offer to the society yet. But you can say that I'm still in the process, tinkering with it. In this book, Dan also talks about how not to hate making money, the psyche behind why people hate those who make money. And he straight up says that we need to get our relationship with money right in the first place. I think he addresses many things in the process, like learning, building, and how to keep questioning everything. I think the biggest mistake that I've made so far was not to question some things, which I should have but didn't. I think all the conditioning that we get, we need to start questioning it. And Dan talks how becoming a creator is the highest form of realization. And by saying creator, he doesn't mean content creator per se. So let me quote him. So in his book, he says, when I say creator, I'm talking about the essence of your being, like an entrepreneur with the definition we said earlier of someone who is creating something. And to create is to self reflect, identify a problem, explore the unknown, hunt for ideas, test solutions, and create something worth passing down, potentially to in exchange for their desired form of value, be it money, attention, status, or the inexplicable feeling of helping someone. A creator is the definition of someone living at the intersection of purpose and profit. He asks us to start experimenting with our own lives, like what is working in our life and what is not. Can you talk about it, write, and share it with others? Well, this can be the beginning of building something. So, let me quote him again from the book. Build a project to help others solve their problems. Write in public to attract people with those problems. Sell your projects so you can continue pursuing your obsession. Improve your project as you learn what can only be learned through feedback. Evolve to a new project when you have reached the level that can only be reached through business. So, he talks about ethical persuasion and giving people what they want, which they themselves are not aware of. It's like articulating their desires often better than they can. My favorite line from the book has to be this. Okay. It says, conformity is a finite game, authenticity is an infinite game. So, yeah, I think he also says that we all want people to care about our creations, and persuasion is the only way to do that while still being able to sleep at night. Persuasion, in the way we will define it, is the act of inspiring people to see the importance of what you do by how it impacts their life for the better. If power is the degree to which one can change behavior, and behavior change is the root solution to both personal and global problems, then persuasion is the most ethical form of power anyone can develop. When most people want something, they explain what they want without understanding the mind of the other person, so they rarely receive it. So, learning to persuade allows you to strive for mutual benefit, a positive sum game, because you're able to articulate their desires often better than they can. So, I think while reading this book, I was also questioning my conditioning. So, and I hope you all do the same. So, yeah, feel free to read this book and start questioning the conditioning that we received so far, and perhaps start working from there. Yep. So, until next time, take care.